Hope you're all doing well. So here we are again. I've had a really busy morning in the office, to be honest. Been running around all over the show, sorting out business deals. Had a little phone call with Alan Sugar, sorted out a few things there. And thought I'd jump on, have a little chat with you guys. Now, we've got something quite serious, a bit more of a serious reaction today on one of our videos. Obviously, we've got a few laughs coming up, as you all know, how we do it, how we're doing it. So, yeah, start to let me know as you start to come in. We'll start to have a little chat and see what you are all saying. How you doing, Dan, mate? How you been anyway, bro? You all good? You feeling fresh and ready for today's action? Mod in the chat. But yeah, man, if you haven't seen my Andy Smith videos from earlier, make sure you go and check them out. He seems major triggered, this Andy Smith. Like, proper triggered. I've not even really said that much, have I? I've not gone too deep on him. But he had a bit of a laugh. The geezer's raging. Like, I've never known someone to be so angry in my life. Literally. But yeah. Good, Dan, good. Like I say, we're going to do today, we've got 2 Danny G videos. We've got Andy Smith showing us how to hold someone against the will with a smelly quilt. And we've got a video Craig one. So it's going to get spicy. It's going to get hot. Make sure you're all here. Give it a little share for us. Give it a little like if you haven't already. If you've not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe. This is where all the action's at, as you know. Now, first off, what we're going to do, we're going to have a look.
Got to do what...
This is Danny G showing us all how to do a golf swing and being asked for a photo by his fans. Now, don't know about you guys, but he looks awfully happy. And to be honest, I was under the impression that he didn't really have many fans. He always tells us about his fans, and he proves it here. He's most certainly got fans.
What you do on the back, you've got to do on the way through. Okay, so watch. I'm not going to do this and then break down my swing like that.
See, now, for me, he just looks like the average geezer stood in his front garden swinging his golf club. But check out what happens in a sec.
My arms are going to have to come out and then up. Yeah, watch. Here, and then out, and then up.
Can we get a photo, please?
Do you hear that? Look, some young lads walk past asking for a photo. He's absolutely made up. He is. Watch him.
I should get a photo then.
Go on then, Jack. Are you on live?
Yeah, I'm on live.
You're going to take a photo?
Yeah, of course he's on live. The man's never off live. 8-hour lives every single day. Social media king.
You're going to take the photo?
Go on.
Me and Jack will take the photo. Come on.
Go on. Fine, lads.
Get the photo.
Fine, lads.
Big Danny G. Here we go, take this one back real quick.
Go on. Fine, lads. Ready?
Go on. Cheese.
That's how young they are. Look, they're still going, cheese. On the way to school, proper made up. They've just seen Danny in his front garden, 8 o'clock, swinging his golf club on a live.
Have a good day. Have a good day. Have a good day. Have a good day. We'll even have an handshake as well.
Oh, a little handshake as well.
Oh, only a cheeky little handshake as well. Hit the jackpot there, boys. Make sure you walk this way to school tomorrow.
Handshake, man. Have a good day, man. Much love and respect, man. Have a good summer. Right, so that's what we was doing, yeah? So
look, he's absolutely made up there. Look, made up he is. Proper trying to hide it though, isn't he? Trying his best to like not let on and that, you know what I mean? He's proper buzzing.
arms in front and then up. Mirror what you do on the way back, on the way through, okay?
So, that was Danny G proving to all the haters that yes, he does have fans. School kids on the way to school, they all love a good photo with Danny G. So, we've got a few more in now. Slow start today, innit? What's happening, Aztec? I hope you're all good, brother. So, that's one down. How's everyone feeling today, Tuesday? Bit of one of them days, really, innit? Tuesday, you know. Start of the week yesterday. We're on Tuesday now. Still got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday ahead. Bit of a slow burner Tuesday, you know, not the best day in the world. Wednesday, not too bad. I know a lot of people call it hump day, over the hump. You're over that little bump, you know, and that bit closer to payday and the weekend. It does. It's one of them days today, I think, innit? I've been all systems go this morning, but I'm pretty much finished now. When I finish this live, I'll be leaving the office, heading over to Piccadilly and getting myself a train home. Respect Aztec, you know that, bruv. Got to look smart. Can't be here in an office building full of suits and that, and you're like meant to be one of the bosses, and you turn up in a trackie. Just wouldn't fly straight, would it? So it's one of them. Oi, I've never seen him look so angry, you know. I've not even really said out. I've only had a bit of a laugh. I mean, the geezer looked raging. He dropped the quilt. The quilt was straight in the washer as soon as I said, "Yeah, mate, you've not washed that quilt since you've had it." That was straight in the washer. And he's like, our camera angle drops. Geezer's raging. Make sure you go check out my Andy Smith videos from earlier if you haven't already. Oi, fuming now. Proper raging, wasn't he? So, seeing as we're talking about Andy Smith, we may as well go in now to the next video, which is Andy Smith showing us all how to hold someone against the will with a quilt what stinks, basically, because that's what he did. He went down, he strong-armed Brett. You know, he had that quilt there. And from the minute he seen him, he said, "Listen, Brett, if you don't do exactly what I say, I'm going to wrap you right up in this quilt, and it'll take you 2 weeks to get the smell out of them clothes." So Brett had no choice, really. He basically had his arm up his back. He had to do what Andy said. So let's have a little look at what Andy Smith thought would be entertaining to do after forcing Brett to go on camera.
Cardi, I feel tipsy. Doncaster, the home of the gypsies.
Oh, no, he's not at this again. He's pretending he's Connor John and Bad Boy Chiller Crew.
You know your missus, she want to lick me, but I don't give a fuck, I get risky. Yo, like what you going to do when I take...
Oh, that quilt must have absolutely stunk though, mustn't it? Proper bad. Think for you to be able to tell a man who's wearing a t-shirt that looks radioactive anyway, that I'm going to wrap you up with this radioactive blanket if you don't do what I say, and then for him to follow everything you say, just shows how much that must stink.
You down in your weak ass crew, swift 1-2, quick headbutt. You get a right knee, your bitch get foot. Like, so what? If it comes on top, I'm on the man of your head, will get rocks. Guaranteed you.
Oh man, I'm cringing for you, Andy. Come on, bro. You're a 30-odd-year-old man stood in a park, wrapped in a quilt, like rapping. You're not 15 anymore, bro. And even when you was 15, the quilt really wouldn't be doing you any favours. It'd make you look like, as I've said before, someone's just found you in a doorway.
Boys will get robbed when Andy will come for your 12-plank crop.
Yes, man, here we go. We've got the duvet man hitting up the rafter. We're
Come
going
on,
down
big
into the
Brett,
Doncaster.
Yo, listen, anywhere. A jog man.
A jog man.
He won't come and meet us, Brett. Sits behind his computer.
Well, to be honest, Andy, it would seem like you won't go and meet Hedgehog Man. You told Hedgehog Man, I'm coming to see you on the weekend. You posted a video in a boozer talking to a Geordie, making out you was in Newcastle looking for him. Now, as everyone knows, I'm no fan of Hedgehog Man at all. But it would seem he had your pants down there. You tried to intimidate him and you failed miserably. The bloke's about 5 foot, probably never moved, like never done anything other than play video games and, you know, mix music on his laptop and stuff. Probably spent less than a week outside in his whole life, and you failed to intimidate him.
Giving us all the hate. But you know what? You're doing us a favour, you thick bastards. Everyone that's trolling us on the internet, you're doing us a fucking favour, so...
I'm not trolling you, Andy, as well. I think this is a bit of a misconception that you seem to have, especially from the videos, what you've done back. You seem very angry, very triggered. I'm simply reacting, having a bit of a laugh to the stupid stuff that you're doing on this internet. That's all I'm doing. I am certainly not trolling you. Now, a lot of the other people as well, to be honest, they're only saying, we're all only saying the same things, like Look at this guy. He's a bit of a plonker, isn't he?
Jog man, this is the man for you. Brett Mayo, what's your fair play with the
Let's get it on
man?
Misfits, Paul. Let's get it on Misfits.
Look, in fact, we're going to have to pull this back in a sec and just speak about what Andy's saying. But see how he gets close there and opens the blanket. He's letting Brett know this threat's real. Don't let me stick this blanket right round your shoulders. But listen to what Andy's saying here.
Brett Mayo, what's your fair play with the
Let's get it on Misfits, Paul. Let's get it on Misfits.
Oh, Andy's off his head. Let's get it on Misfits. Misfits. I mean, you are a bit of a misfit, but I can't see you fighting on Misfits boxing. Maybe bum fights, but definitely not Misfits.
You know what I mean? Bring your Munkenstein down or any of your cronies, I'll deal with them.
Listen, any of them.
Go on, get up, Brett. As we all know, Brett is a legend. I like Brett. Big shout out to Brett. But Andy Smith and his radioactive quilt going down and strong-arming the superstar, I'd say is not the way to do business, Andy. And yeah, give the quilt a double wash, I would, if I was you, mate, because that absolutely stinks. He's off his head, isn't he? Misfits. The geezer believes it, though. That's the worst part about it. Let's get it on Misfits. Get it on Misfits. Andy, the only thing what's going to let you fight on there is bum fights if you're willing to fight for a sandwich, kid. But yeah, how you's all doing? Anyway, if anyone wants to become a member, you know, the supporters, you guys who are here every day, Dan Fenton as a mod, legend. You can actually become a member, guys. It's pinned in the chat. You should just be able to click on it. It should be at the top of the chat. And yeah, you'll be able to become a member, help support the channel, helps us grow, helps me create more content, helps me pay for this massive building office that I've had to pay for to create content for you guys, do the business deals with Frank, Eddie, Turkey El Sheikh. You know where we roll. Right. You know, Dean. Come on, man. Don't be so silly. The sheriff's a big div. You won't put it on anyone. He was trying to say to me the other day when he was in Manchester, you could tell it was like 9 o'clock in the morning. He looked wrecked. He was waiting for the bar to open. You tell he'd been up all night, you know. So I said something to him. And he's going, oh, come up to Manchester then, blah, blah. Come to this hotel, said the name of this hotel. I said, Sheriff, I'm not going to come up there and beat you up when you've been up all night, am I? And he's going on, blah, blah, blah. And anyway, he said today, oh, he was staying at the Fighters Hotel. I thought, so that was your plan, was it? You was thinking you was going to try and get me to go up there, then probably come out with a few of the fighters, smashed, been up for over 24 hours on a sesh, hoping that someone would take your place and be your champion or something, you little weirdo. But there's no way he put it on DC. The sheriff's a ding, like proper div. End of discussion. Yes.com. What you saying, bro? Yeah, he is proper full of it, mate. It's the sheriff in it. It's sort of what he does. But what we're going to do now, guys, we've got a bit of a serious video here now. Now, as you all know, Video Craig, me and Video Craig don't really get on, aka Hedgehog Man, as he has reinvented himself too. There's been plenty of things said between the both of us in the past. I believe that he's currently speaking with certain people who are confirmed certain things in this corner to try and push certain agendas against me. So what we're going to do now today, we're going to have a little look on this one at Hedgehog Man. Now, as we all know, he was given a caution for an assault on a female friend who he was at a house party with. They were drinking. One thing led to another. And Video Craig viciously assaulted this woman. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to have a quick look at that. And there's also something else pinned on the end of this video. So, big shout out to Typical Tom, because that's where we've got this clip from.
at the moment. I saw a few comments, and he was putting a lot of comments out, and all Craig. I'm going to put it out there. A lot of them comments about when I was reading his chat, and people saying about video, Craig, and blah 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 about your ex-partner. What happened there? What was the SP on that? Like people saying,
so
Pay close attention to what he tries to do here in the beginning.
a face off, or you ate her, or something like that.
So there's no ex-partner, right?
Correct. It was a female friend which came on Video Craig's live herself and gave us her own story around 6 months or so ago. A lot of you probably would have seen it or seen the clips.
The story Decker tells is basically completely fabricated. What I think is exaggerated.
Did you see how he changed it there from Decker's fabricated this story to Decker's exaggerated this story? And actually, the story Decker was telling was only half as graphic and violent as the actual real story.
Is in 2008, I got a police caution for assaulting a female friend at a party.
Yeah, so the story behind what happened here, and he only received a caution, so I'll let that stick in your mind as well, guys, which basically means he didn't actually get any punishment for what he did to this female friend. He bit her wrist and he punched her in the face, bust her nose when they'd been on a session drinking and stuff. When he's then left the party and came back 5 minutes later, the girl said herself when she came on Craig's Live that when he knocked on the door, she thought he'd came back to apologise, you know. He's assaulted her, he's left the premises, he's then had 5 or 10 minutes to gather himself, gather his thoughts, and he's came back, she believed, to apologise. He then came in and attacked her again. That is the true story, but let's listen to what BC says.
In which I bit her wrist there when she was on her back strangling us, I think.
As you can see, that's quite a severe bite.
I got a police caution for that.
Only a caution. I'd say that's even worse, the fact that you managed to do this to a woman, have her go through these, you know, she'd have had mental demons about that, probably struggled to sleep, and you just got to, that's all right, go on out.
When I started doing YouTube videos back in like 2001, I was exposed for this, even though everybody in my life knows about it.
Yeah, but we didn't know about it, and you were on here every single day ridiculing one man for slapping a bird's bottom when you viciously attacked a female friend at a house party. It wasn't even a partner. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it'd have been fine if it was your ex-partner. Of course not. But there may have been some sort of emotional attachment which would have triggered you to do this. Still just as bad, but you can maybe understand where it would have come from and why you would have done it. The fact it was just a female friend that after a few beers, you lost it that much that you did that to her shows the true character of the man, that you could just draw upon that to do that to a woman in an instant.
And then
I
did like an hour-long podcast with Ronan. You what, sorry?
Did she attack you? You said she was on your back.
I was blacked out drunk.
You don't know. You know she didn't, Craig. You know she didn't, as she alluded to when she came on your own live.
It's done and dusted with now.
Which she sharply deleted, might I add.
Now, me and her are friends. We've been friends again for 10 years now. That's how long ago it was. So it's done and dusted. It was dealt with by the police. I've never said it didn't happen.
It was dealt with by the police, to which he means you received a caution, so it wasn't really dealt with by the police. What you mean is you got away with it and the police let you get away with it.
I've apologized. I've never done anything like that since. There's nothing else I can do about it. I'm not proud of it, but it's done and dusted and completely dealt with.
Oh, fair call. Well, that's it. A friend. Good job she weren't your bloody enemy, wasn't it? Bloody hell.
Basically,
it was a good job she wasn't his enemy. I mean, he can quite happily do that to his female friend at the drop of a hat. Imagine what he'd do to a female enemy.
It was one of them sessions where we'd been in somebody's house, awake for 4 days, full of that, drink. Oh,
that's all right then. Doesn't matter. No wonder you just got a caution. Obviously, you were full of drink and that. So, of course, you can do anything when you're like that, can't you? It's not your fault.
Drinking vodka straight by the end of it because we'd run out of mixer, and it just went pear-shaped pretty quickly. But I was blackout drunk. A few days later, I got arrested for it. The police,
and then you got your little
investigated it. They give us a caution for it, and then 6 weeks after that or so, which I found was weird. 6 weeks after that, it was in the local paper.
That's what I mean. The injuries this woman sustained in this attack were quite horrific, really. And I would question the justice system on why this man only got a caution. I mean, if I was to go out and do that tomorrow, no doubt they'd lock me up, throw away the key, and I'll be broadcast everywhere as the worst man ever to come out of the UK, as would anyone, and rightly so. But why didn't that happen to this man? Why was he allowed to just get a caution? And this woman had to live in fear.
Craig, did you come out? Was you exposed for all this on the internet? Are you saying, or did you come out and tell everyone about it yourself? Why did it go?
Somebody found the article and posted the article.
Look at that, man. Bad that is, isn't it? And to think that you'd do that to the woman, then leave and come back and attack her again.
So it was this channel. It was Backham. It was the same.
Look at that, man.
Same week that the jokes that I told that I got a bit.
Look how he smiles at these jokes now. The jokes actually come on in a minute, so this is a bit of a trigger warning. Anyone who doesn't want to see the joke, as it is very offensive. The first time I seen it, it was very shocking. So anyone who doesn't want to see this joke, I'd advise you to maybe pause it and then come back in 5 minutes or so.
The backlash for it was the same week that video was leaked onto YouTube. Was the same week that everyone was talking about this article.
Any Ian Huntley fans in?
Just you.
When Ian Huntley gets a bigger reaction than Bill Cosby, you sick bastards.
I think we're all about to see who the sick bastard is.
Now, I've always just wanted to ask Ian Huntley one question, and I know so's everybody else here.
I don't think anybody in the history of humankind, since this disgusting tragedy happened, rest in peace to the two beautiful little girls, would have the thought, what you say here now, to have this thought is disgusting, but to even come out and say it in a public place, if you weren't in your hometown, I reckon you'd have got some consequences for this.
Who was better in bed, Holly or Jessica? Exactly. It was Holly when she looks like a right dirty cunt.
You know what I'm saying? That is the levels and the way this man's brain functions. He comes online day after day, ridicules other men, tries to label everyone as, you know, some sort of wrong, and when this man has these sorts of thoughts.
Then come the bed eyes. Oh. Actually, Maddie had that thing in her eye. What was that thing Maddie had in her eye again? The target, that's it.
So as you can see, that was a disgusting joke from a disgusting man. Now, I had to do this one just because, like I say, I feel like there's certain agendas trying to be pushed against me by certain people behind the scenes. And it's quite clear to see the people with a sick outlook on life and the people who have these sorts of thoughts, in my opinion. But yeah, what's everyone saying? Of course, you know that. I don't think it was. I believe it was in Newcastle, so I'm led to believe. I could be wrong, like I say, but for me, I don't believe if that wasn't in a local to him, where he may have had friends and things in the building, I don't think that would have gone down too well. Disgusting, innit, mate? That's what I mean. But the guy's on here and he gets hero worshipped. For me, even playing this clip in this live and then to put it out in a video or whatever, the backlash what I'll receive in the comments will be obvious for you all to see from these people who follow him and believe that it doesn't matter that he did that. It doesn't matter he had these thoughts and said these jokes. None of that matters. You know what I mean? If he said this and that about you, that's what matters. It's mental, you know, and you cannot convince them otherwise no matter what. So I've given up trying, you know what I'm saying? But just thought I'd point that out. Respect. I know that's what makes me think it must have been a local gig, because if some Geordie comedian was in the local club down there and I was in there and, you know, and he said that joke, I'll be thinking, mate, I'm going to give you a slap on the way out. You know what I mean? That was funny. That's sick. But I don't know. Now, treating you today, you know, look, we've done 25 minutes already, and we've still got another video to do here. Danny G one. Exactly. That's what I mean. I didn't see the joke. I was on here for quite a while, and I've not seen that joke, and people used to go on about it, but I used to say, oh, it's a joke, and that. And I used to think, it can't be that bad. You know what I mean? And it literally came on after something on my TV. I was in bed with my missus watching something. I can't remember what. But what I do remember is the joke coming on, my missus's reaction, and like, I'm just thinking, like, oh my God, as if he's just said that. You know what I mean? But he didn't care, did he? I know, mate. Same. I've got 3 kids myself. It's absolutely disgusting. Not me sick when I heard it, and that's when my whole opinion and things changed on Craig. As most of you will know who followed me from the beginning. But don't forget to smash that like for us. Like I say, anyone who's not smashed the like, make sure you hit the like. If you're not subscribed, smash the subscribe. Anyone, like I say, who wants to support the channel, the link to become a member is pinned at the top of the chat. Give it a little click, boom, become a member. It's only cheap, and that helps JDP keep the lights on and that in the office block. Respect, Clive. Emma Cockle in the house. Hope you're all good, Emma. Hope Brian's doing well. I know, not too bad. It's hard out here, man. Oh, it's this Labour government, man. They're coming for everything. If you own something, they want it. But anyway. So this one, I believe, is Danny G addressing the trolls. So without any further ado, let's get straight in and see what the main...
Because some people are stupid. So some people can be swayed by a clip. Some people can be swayed by somebody who has not got the balls to put their face on camera for whatever reason.
And to be fair, I have got to give him this one. A lot of the channels what do come on here and don't show the face, as we all know, as time goes on, there does tend to be a reason why. So I do tend to agree with him on that one.
And then that said person, yeah, gets a kick in the arse, and it hurts the feelings when I say this stuff.
I know. I need a new superstar for the production team to get them firmly there where Big Brett was, but... don't know who, yes. We're going to have to see who we can sign over the coming weeks.
Yeah, it proper hurts them because they know it's true. You won't put your face on camera because there's a reason for that. Whatever reason it may be, there's definitely a reason though, right? Yeah.
True, innit? Whatever the reason it may be, there's always a reason why people want to come on social media, say maybe make videos about people but not show the face. There is always a reason why they won't.
And they don't like this, so they'll do anything they fucking can to get back at me in their own little way. Obviously not with their own voice or anything like.
That's what I mean. If he's going on about people in the comments here, what do you expect? They're all faceless, aren't they? You can't really judge that. I'm talking about like people who make videos, and you know, a lot of these channels, well, the clippers, they don't even really do anything to his videos, do they? They just clip a part of his video and show us what he said. So they're not even really trolls, really. So, yeah, probably the ones who come on with faceless channels and, you know, maybe make videos. Or like I've got some, they make videos and threaten me and tag me in them and that. I'm like, oh, whatever, you weirdo. They're trolls, aren't they? They don't show the face, but they've got a lot to say.
I mean, not with the face, not with anything to do with any real face. It's never to do with any real face, is it? I mean, it's never to do with a face. It's a clip.
Yes, Matt, what's happening, bro? I hope you're all good.
Well, it's an email. Like I said last year, I was on a dating fucking app, man. I mean, I was on a dating app and that. With my date of birth and stuff. Everybody fucking on social media knows my date of birth.
Now, in all honesty, JDP Promotions would 100% be up for signing the superstar that is the Swan. He's actually a tough little fella, the Swan, you know. You've got to give it to him.
You know my name.
I mean, he's not a world beater like Brett, but he's a tough little fella, game lad.
Do you get what I'm saying? You know, I was in a relationship a couple of years ago with a bird named Jade Purcell. Everybody knows this shit, bro. Everybody fucking knows this shit, bro. So it's not easy to make all this and then, but people, listen, I only rely on people to use their own intelligence here. I don't need to persuade you.
Yes, Jason, I hope you're good, bro.
One way or another. And I certainly ain't going to sit here all night explaining one subject over and over again.
Cheers, Emma. Nice one.
Because I'm past all that. So
make sure you all go over, subscribe to Emma Cockrell.
For you guys, yeah, use your own intelligence in the situation. All I'm going to say is if that person had anything to say, she would put her fucking face on camera and say to herself.
Nah, why? What's inside for? Is that true, Truth?
She wouldn't need another channel. She'd put her face on camera and say to herself, she's like that.
Well, if that's the case, I'll have to get HR to look into it, and then the Swan will definitely not be on the list of future signings for JDP Promotions.
Which is also a...
I mean, I've had the shadow boxer absolutely begging me for a contract, but I told him, oh no, we don't have any predators over here, mate.
Very, 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 very good person. Which is not even that. She wouldn't want to come onto social media like that. She's got no interest in it. I know this shit. It's because obviously they do think that if they push and 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 push, and they keep pushing and keep sending little trolls here and keep trolling with herself. And
yeah, they're trying to trigger you for a reaction. That's what trolls do. If you react and start acting a certain way, all erratic, like slamming around, and they've won, haven't they? Just take it in your stride, man. Ignore them. But the problem with Danny, and the hard thing for Danny, is he does lay his whole life bare on the internet for everyone to see. You know, he puts his woman on there, puts his kids on there, puts everyone on there. So he's only got himself to blame.
Keep hating and keep trying to create loads of hate around my name. Blah, 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 fucking blah. We will make him pop. We will be able to make Danny pop.
Danny, you just need to keep yourself calm, and no one can make you pop unless you want to pop. And Matt, I know I was thinking that myself. I could put the glove there, but I don't know. We'll have to see. I want a framed picture of a superstar from the dark corner, really. Adds to the mystique.
We will be able to make him pop. And if we make him pop, that clip now is worth a fucking fortune. Like, we can rerun that clip for the next 3 years and rake views in if we can just...
Danny, I don't think you're ever going to get another clip like when you was raging at that lad on Xbox and that. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you started doing more rages, maybe you'd go more viral. You'd get more money. Should start raging more.
Just make Danny pop. Make him have enough. Make him pop. Make him do something fucking mental. Yeah, right. One will be able to phone the police on him.
Right. If you start shouting and screaming at people on your phone in your living room, how are they going to ring the police on you? No crime has been committed. You're just having a bit of a rant in your living room. How are they going to ring the police on you, Dan?
Right, probably get him locked up. That's worth bare money to us. Yeah, and 2 will be able to make him pop. And just making him pop, yeah, it's worth a fortune. It's worth so many views. Come on, man.
Probably worth a couple of thousand views to a few different channels. It's not going to be worth like hundreds of thousands of pounds, you know. A couple of different people might make 4 or 5 quid off it, that's all.
Do you think they're all talking behind the scene on phone, innit? Yeah. If you just say this and you just say this, yeah, and I'll do this, and then you say that.
So now he thinks all people out the chats and that, because I'm guessing this is who he's alluding to, faceless trolls. He now believes that all these different people out the chat are talking to each other on the phone behind the scenes, trying to make him go mad. Dan, I think you could do with a break off social media.
And then I'll do this, and then I'll phone his holiday place. Yeah, I'll phone the police. Yeah, I'll phone his work. Do you know what I mean? Right? Yeah, we'll make him pop. And now we'll use one of his old relationships, make up some bullshit, right? And now we'll try and make him pop that way. And like I said, next week it'll be something else. We'll try and make him pop this way. And they are running out of ideas. They're getting very desperate.
He can do anything, Dan. We've had this conversation loads of times. He twisted up Paddy the Baddy, outplayed Tiger Woods. Danny G is the man at everything. Can do the lot.
As you can tell, you can see, you can see, right?
I heard Danny G was a ninja from the age of 18 to 25. Just what I've heard.
Desperation now. They're making up so much bullshit because they are so desperate now. They know they're running out of time. They haven't got nothing left. It's like, fuck, we've tried everything. We send people into his live every fucking day to say this to him and this to him and this to him, and it's not working. Like, what are we going to do?
Dan, it seems to me like more than anything, it's paranoia. Paranoia is your biggest enemy, in my opinion. So I reckon you just need to calm down, stop calling everyone trolls. A lot of people are probably just giving you their opinion. Just take it in your stride. But that is all the content we've got today to react to, guys. What do you mean? Jade's going to expose him today. What do you mean, mate? Oh, man, it'd be mental, wouldn't it? Imagine trying to tell him that you went to Tenerife last year. And then them two trying to compete with each other after it. You'd end up at 150 million a reef. You know what I mean? What's happening, guys? How's everyone doing on this Thursday morning? Just coming up for lunch. I have started a little 15 minutes early. I know. But yeah, with it being Friday, I'm looking to just get what work I need doing. With it being Thursday, sorry, I'm looking to get what work I need doing done so I can get a nice early finish. As you can see, casual Thursday today, as I'm going to be in the office Friday and Saturday this week. So try and get as much done as early as possible today and get off as early as possible. But start letting me know as you start to come into the chat. Start letting me know what yous are doing, how yous are feeling. We're over that middle of the week now. Friday, we can just see it. It's just there, just in front. A couple more steps and we're there. Gotta love a good cigar, haven't you? What's happening, Dan? Hope you're all good, bro. Yes, Dark Side News. Hope you're all good, mate. How's everyone doing today? See, look, me again knows. Exactly right. You know, when we're in the business of doing business, whatever hours are required. So I'll be here nice and early Saturday. But like I say, get what I can done today and get myself off. Now, what's everyone's thoughts before we get into today's videos? What's everyone's thought on this whole Danny G HS Tiki-Toki situation? What's your thoughts on that one, guys? I mean, he appears to have offered 50k for the fight, and if he wins, he gets to watch as well. I don't really know too much about him, so you guys let me know in the comments. What's he about? Has he got this money, do you reckon? Is this fight likely to materialise, or is it just another cloud chase, as we've seen a million times before? I know, same, bro, man. End of the week. I mean, I'll be here Friday and Saturday, but Sunday I'm looking forward to. I know most of you guys will be finishing work on Friday, but like I say, hard worker over here. Big up the grafters. Big up Dr. Rackpull. Big up the Murph, the real grafters. Yes, the Blade. Hope you're good, bro. You never know. Possibility. But you'd be silly, wouldn't you, to turn down 50k? Even if you go in there and get wiped out, so what? 50k richer? I've already got a job, mate. I've got my own business, can't you see? I'm running a multinational company here. We can't all be stood in a factory on the line. Yeah, more than likely has. In his mind, it's already gone. He's got this business in Cornwall. He's set it all up. He's charging you, what was it he was going to charge? £70 or something. You get to spend the day with him, £70 each. But you've got to sign waivers because it could be the end of you. You know what I mean? JJ, you're on the money there, you know, but the diet one's disgusting. Yeah, I thought he'd fought on Misfits, which is why I thought, why don't they just get it on Misfits? But he's saying he'll put the 50k up. He'll pay the 50k. So I'll be very interested to see it anyway. I hope you're all good though, Chris Brown. So Should we have a look what we've got today? Should we get straight in? Let's get into it and all that. Now, the first video we've got here today, as a lot of you will know, Andy Smith went down to Doncaster, or up to Doncaster, whichever way it is from where he's based in Scarborough, to film a documentary with Brett about Brett's real life. Now, I said from the beginning, I believe this documentary will probably consist of around 60 seconds or less. Now, it seems we've got a clip of the documentary from Brett, and there's been a clip on Andy's channel. Both clips, again, shorter than a minute. But it seems we've got the documentary here, all 47 seconds of it, made by Streetwise TV, Joshy Pop Pop, and Andy Smith. So, let's get straight into this one.
Documentary, the full truth. Anything I say on here will be spitting the truth.
We know that, Brett. Big up, Brett. Brett is a real one, you know, and I bet he has got a proper good story. If someone decent goes down, documents it, films it properly with a proper bit of equipment, like I said, not an iPhone 6 that holds maybe 30 seconds, 40 seconds videos, and then you have to stop it for some unbeknown reason to me. But anyway.
And anyone who knows me can all criticise me, but this is the God's honest truth. Speak from the heart.
He's been through some stuff, this man, as we all know, as you can see from the scars on his body. A lot of what he says is going to be true, you know. Like I've said, it's easy to ridicule a man on the internet and make him look a certain way, but he's not done himself any favours with getting the Bridlington bad boys, a.k.a. Andy Smith, Chip Pan Fat Hair, to come down and film it.
This is Doncaster. I'm just going through Bowlby now as we speak. A movie documentary. And yeah, I want to keep it 100 with you. See, no bravado. No, none of that shit talk. That stuff can be done in any WWE or any selling any fights.
And as we know, Brett is the king of trash talk. And that's what I'm saying. He got hammered, you know. He got a lot of grief in the comments and off a lot of different people when he was trying to get these fights over the line with Christie and Venice and different people. But he was the one who was building up the traction. He was the one who was building up the interest. It was because Brett was doing this and doing that and saying this and saying that and then triggering the people who it was, whatever fight at the time he was trying to get over the line, the way they were reacting. That's what was getting us all intrigued and like, yeah, we want to see this. So Brett is one hell of a self-promoter, you know. And the fact that he did team up with us, which is why I was saying, oh, we're on the way to the moon, kid. But he now seems to have signed with Homeless Adolf Productions, as I've said before. Hopefully Brett will change his mind on this whole situation. We've seen the documentary. It lasts all of 50 seconds, like I said it would. Hopefully now Brett will see that they're just a group of amateurs and he should have stayed with the promotional company that's on the way to the stars.
This is real life what I'm talking about to you, here, real life content. You know what I mean? Because we're all human at the end of the day. We all eat, sleep and shit, don't we?
Yeah, spot on the money again, Brett.
I mean, no matter how much we all think our shit don't stink, but all of our shit stinks, no matter who you are. That's that, guys. Trying to keep it down to earth 100%.
See, so that was the Andy Smith documentary. As I said, lasted all of less than 60 seconds. It was filmed on an iPhone 6 potato. No context, no real depth, no length, nothing to even get your teeth into and enjoy. Andy Smith, absolute amateur. As I said before, Brett, get in touch. I'll get down in the next couple of months and we'll sort out a proper documentary. Who have we got in the chat now anyway? Yes, Swinger, hope you're good. Yes, Matt, hope you're all good, brother. I'm all good, bro, man. Just here working hard as you do, you know. Hey, security, give me a right hard time coming in the building today. Frisking me the lot there was. I said, yeah, I'm one of the main shareholders, one of the big bosses in this company. They said it don't matter. It's come from the very top. Someone is stealing office supplies, so people are getting searched on the way in and on the way out to make sure nothing untoward's happening. Hey, they think I'm stealing staples. Yet he knows. This is real, mate. What do you think this is? Of course it's real. I'm sat in a big, massive office in Manchester. I've got my security team downstairs, HR upstairs. I've got Deirdre over there in the corner. She hates it when I mention her. Deirdre does. Look at her looking at me now. Go on, Deirdre. You'll be all right, love. Don't worry. And yeah, just absolutely smashing life, aren't we, really? On the way to the moon. Deals with Frank Warren. Like I say, I had to have a little meeting with Frank yesterday. Something was upsetting the apple cart, but we've got to the bottom of that one now, and that's all been sorted and resolved. Matt knows. Matt nicked him for a brew. Oh, it was a bad old do for him getting past him, let me tell you. Now, I think this will be a good little time to mention just before we get into the next video. I've just rejigged up the members, guys. So it's now, if you want to join the members, you'll become a member of JDP Security for YouTube. That is the lowest tier member that you will be expected to uphold JDP Promotions integrity in all chats. Let people know that you are JDP Promotions Security and that we're not messing over here. There's also a higher tier level for anyone who wants to become a CEO at JDP Promotions. Oh, yes, you heard right. CEO. It's only £5 as well. Bargain. And also, at this level, you will be shortlisted for a mod job along with the likes of the good old Dan Fenton and the one and only Tom. As you all know, there's only 2 at the moment. Absolute legends they are. No thanks, Swinger. Exactly. I don't know. You just can't help some people, you know, bro. Some people just don't get it. Now, we've got here now. So, this video, Narrative Destroyer, is destroying the sheriff. There's not really any other way to put it. So, let's get straight into this one.
Hello people, hope everybody's doing well, man.
Hello, Narrative. Glad you've gone back to not putting your face on the camera. Big respect.
I've just caught up with this guy in his video, and what a fucking twat. You know what I mean? Like, he comes across like a proper BKFC fanboy.
That is exactly what the sheriff is, BKFC fanboy. Let's not forget. The other day he was saying, oh, I'm going to give him a ring nice and early, see if they need me to go down there the night before or whatever and set up the chairs for them. Oh, yeah. Let's just get down to the local boxing event and see if they need any free labour.
He likes to be around the fellas, man. He likes to be around the fighters and stuff like that. And that's his claim to YouTube. That's what he come on as. He was just a BKFC fan.
No, he came on as Paddy Conroy's gopher. If we all remember, let's drag it back. It was a couple of months ago. We found Scotty G on the side of the road and he thought, get some traction going here now. I'll grab Scotty out of this doorway, sweep him down to Paddy Conroy's, get myself in with Paddy Conroy. Surely Paddy needs someone to fetch his paper every day. And then I've got myself some friends, haven't I? Saved me travelling down to Liverpool and here and there to go for a couple of beers with people. I'll only have to travel an hour and a half to Paddy Conroy's every day. Get in.
And then he started trying to roast people, but he's the one who looks at home with the pig in his mouth, like being twisted round over a fire. But like, you know what I mean? That's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. But this guy, man, like, oh, I'm round Danny Christie, I'm round Paul Venice, like, and I'll speak. And that.
Listen, there's no way the sheriff is going round Danny Christie and that and speaking and acting a certain way. Not a chance. You just get slapped, or if they never slapped you personally, they'd probably have a friend around him who's not big on YouTube, who's not a big fighter, but's probably in the gym with him every day. They'd probably say to him, yeah, go and give him a slap, will you? And that'd be the end of your sheriff.
They all say to me, like, oh, you're just like you are on YouTube. You know what I mean? I'll guarantee you, right? If he said the stuff he said to me to my face, man, I'd be all over you, man, like a rash, bro. You know what I mean? I'd chin you.
Well, you'd have to chin him, Narrative. Look at the stuff what this man, the smoking sheriff, has actually said to Narrative, you know. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say he's some sort of wrong 'un, because he's not a wrong 'un, but what he is a very strange bloke. And when he's pissed, he comes out with like disgusting stuff. That is a fact. So if you was in the sheriff's presence and he was to start threatening to do the things what he threatens to do to you over lives and stuff, you'd have to, wouldn't you? There'd be no other way than to like say, "Oh, sheriff, we're gonna have to take your chin for a walk here, kid." There'd be no other way around it.
Simple as that. Simple as that. You won't be fucking saying that in my presence. I guarantee you that, man. The stuff you come out with. Fucking hell. Oi, you ain't got no self-awareness, man. I was trying to help.
Well, we know he's got no self-awareness. He sits on his live like that, picking his nose, scratching, belching, like the whole time. That's all he does. That is a lack of self-awareness when there's so many people watching you and you've just got your fingers in your ears, up your nose, you're scratching yourself, burping. Oh, it's disgusting.
This guy, man, does my head in.
He's like a character of a 90s sitcom or something. What's that geezer called now? You know, with Hyacinth Bouquet. What's his name now? Onslow. Onslow he is, mate. From, you remember, what's it, Keeping Up Appearances? Onslow.
Look at him. Fucking sloth-looking motherfucker, man. I swear to God. He thinks he's something, man. Oh, I'll go to these events. Like, you people don't go out. I like watching the fights on YouTube, but I wouldn't go out, like, for a big... If I was going to go and watch an event, man, it'd be a WWE event, man.
See, and I understand Narrative's point there. The BKFC and the bare knuckle event scene, it's not really for everyone. I mean, they're all quite small hall shows. The one event what I did go to, what my mate fought on, the whole thing kicked off, the place got smashed up, and we ended up leaving early anyway. So it'd be pointless. If I was to go to an event myself, I'd probably go to like a Daniel Dubois fight at Wembley, or, you know, something like that. That'd be something what would interest me, and I'd be like excited to go. Not, oh, let's go and watch a couple of fellas off YouTube fight 50, 60 miles away, and let's get in there the day early and see if they need someone to put the chairs out for them.
You know what I mean?
Helmet.
It'd be one, because that's what I like, you know. But I also like watching fighting as well. But you see that it's like your identity on here, man. Like, oh, you go to the events, you're a fanboy, you're a mark. That's what you'd be called in the wrestling world, a mark. You know what I mean? Fucking hell. And you know something? You know, he says like, oh, I don't care if I get punched and this and that. And this is why you don't care. And
Sheriff would probably love to get chinned again, hoping that it goes viral. But if you just get chinned by your average Joe, there's loads of videos of people getting chinned. You're not going to go viral unless you're getting chinned by someone with a bit of stature and, you know, someone who's quite well known online. It's not really going to go anywhere. And like I say, Danny Christie or someone's not going to chin the sheriff, is he? It'd be like them hitting a child. You know what I mean? They're not going to hit the sheriff, are they?
this is why he goes to these events, man, to try and make himself famous.
The sheriff gives it the big un, but offered me to fight him here and there, but I had to travel up to Hartlepool the very next day. Wouldn't say let's fight on a show, or the man's useless, but goes on like he's something he's not.
I nearly fell for it there because, like, I have the sound bar on, I do, and yeah, it makes the sound muffled to you guys. So.
Oh yeah, excuses, Craig. Excuses. Just come on, keep the camera straight and keep it on that big potato head, and let's hear what he's saying.
Like, I turned it off, but yeah, this is at the bottom and you know what I mean. But what it boils down to.
Over, he never got to put himself in a position where something possibly could go wrong for him. Listen, if something goes wrong to me, right, and I get a clip or something, so be it. Guess what?
So be it.
Probably make a few quid up it because it'll get filmed.
It'll get filmed.
It's what it is. It's like, who cares? Do you know what I mean? You know.
So there you have it, people, man. This guy, right, he whines like BKFC fighters up or whatever, talks about people on YouTube, right, and then goes to the events to try and get a clip, like, punch.
No, he goes to the events desperate for friends. As we all know, the Scouse fella who he's absolutely attached himself to, Paul, I think he's quite big into it and he runs a gym and he's involved in that whole scene anyway. So obviously Sheriff's trying to tie himself to him. So he's got to be going to all these events. Plus, if he's offering to like do free labour, he's going to have more people phoning his phone that he's going to think are his friends. But in reality, they just want someone to come down, do a day's graft for free.
In the face, so as it can be filmed and he can be famous, basically. You know what I mean? What a fucking scumbag! What the fuck, Sheriff? You are a fanboy of the BKFC or any promotion, because
absolute fanboy. How many people do you know would say, I'm going to go there a day early and see if they need some help putting the chairs out? They employ people for that. They pay people, Sheriff. If you want a job, why don't you like apply for a job? Say, oh, mate, can I come and put them chairs out for however much it is you pay a day? Oh, no, not the Sheriff. He'll do it for free. Just give him a little pat on the back. Oh, job done.
that's your fucking entire, you know what I mean? You come on here, you try and like comment on things going on and that, but you're just on about BKFC, man, and trying to get in under people's skin so you can get whacked.
Yeah, the Sheriff's desperate, man. Since obviously he had his little flavour of the month with Paddy Conroy, but he didn't realise that that was just flavour of the month. Sheriff, you know, you've got your flavour of the month. This is you coming into the dark corner. People are interested. He thought he was off, you know what I mean? But obviously Paddy, he ain't daft. He was playing the game. He knew, we've got this Scotty G storyline going. People are going to be interested at the moment, and Sheriff was part of it. As soon as Scotty G's gone, Paddy's like, nah, you're all right, Sheriff. I've got someone else getting the paper now, kid. You stay where you are in Hartlepool.
What the fuck? Sado, bro. Sado. You're still walking round, ya? Walking round the streets. Fucking pissed up, bothering the locals. Eh? And you said in this video, you said like, I offer people out, like I embarrass myself in public, and then when they see me, they don't say anything. Yeah? Because they say it all when you ain't there, that's why, you doylem.
As soon as he walks off, they're like, oh, it's that Sheriff, everyone get out of here dead quick. Clear a room, he could, you know, the Sheriff. He walks in the pub, everyone's like, oh no, that stupid Sheriff's here. Drink up, come on, we'll go down the road. As he's trying to circulate round, person to person, they're all trying to get out of there as quick as they can. So anyway, that's the end of that one. Again, narrative absolutely destroying the Sheriff. Big shout out to Jeff. Towards a Cigar, did you like Hedgehog's latest song? Do you know something? That's the next thing on the agenda, what we are going to react to. We've got it here. So yeah, that was quite well timed, that, Jeff. Big shout out, big respect. Thanks for the donation, bro. If you want to become a member, there's a link to become a member there. You could become security for JDP Promotions. It'll cost you less than that $5. I don't know. You know, for next time. Same here, bro. Same here. Now, so what's everyone's thoughts, though? Like, as Jeff's just mentioned it then, what's everyone's thoughts on this whole situation with the song, what VC's done against Andy? Like, to be honest, the lyrics are all right. And I woke up this morning, I'm not going to lie, at like 5 o'clock, half 5, with that song in my head. I'm not even messing. First thing that was in my head was that. I just thought, no way is that stuck in my head like that this morning. But, yeah, it's a bit wrong to label someone what he's labelled them. But we'll get into that in a moment. Let's see what you guys think. Yes, GRJ, I hope you're good, bro. Exactly, Matt. That's what I thought. I thought it's a bit far trying to label someone that when they're clearly not. Like, I mean, Andy Smith's a bit of a div. We all know Andy Smith's a bit of a div. We all obviously think that, you know what I mean? But it's not a wrong one, is he? But there's quite a few people in this corner who seem to try and do that, try and label people as wrong uns. And I just think it's out of order. Unless there's bang on proper proof there. Boom, boom, boom. Like there was with the Equaliser, you know, he did it himself on camera. And then obviously what's come out in the paper with his previous conviction. It's all there to see. Boom, boom. Unless you've got that, I don't think you should really be doing it. You know what I mean? Yeah, of course. It's all the game, innit? I just don't agree with labelling someone something they're not. You know what I mean? But like I say, it is what it is. It's all the game. It's all the game. So, as soon as it's led us into it, what we've got here now is the VC song, what he put out yesterday with Lewis Oddie, I believe the lad's name is, which is in fact Andy Smith's friend from the Bridlington area. I believe they had a little bit of a fallout, as a lot of us know. Andy got Lewis a fight against an absolute tank of a man, basically, a very good bare knuckle fighter. I threw him in the deep end for his first fight. Lewis, I think, has not took that too well, has now teamed up with Hedgehog Man. There's been a bit of a back and forth. Duvet Man was born. He started spitting out bars at Craig and Lewis and Craig have come back with this. And to be fair, even though I don't agree with the lyrics, oh, it is a bit of a banger.
Yo, Lewis and Hedgehog Man, you know.
Here they are, Lewis and Hedgehog Man, you know how they do, come on.
We do. Andy Smith, you little sausage, this is for you. Little wet wipe. Andy Smith's a bad nonce. Andy Smith is a big fat nonce.
See, for me, that is a bit heavy, but that's the part what's catchy. That's the bit that was in my head when I woke up this morning, was that. I'm not even joking, that was just going round and round in my head. I'm thinking like, how have they stuck this in my head at 6:30 in the morning? I only listened to it twice.
Andy Smith's a bad nonce. Andy Smith is a big fat nonce. Andy Smith's a bad nonce. Andy Smith.
Video Craig like, got you, Andy.
Is a big fat nonce. Andy Smith's a bad nonce. Andy Smith is a big fat nonce. Andy Smith, are you trying to diss? And I walked in the yard and it stunk of piss.
Oh, that's what I mean. Lewis is actually all right, you know. You listen to him, he's got a couple of bars. That's what makes the tune half good, I reckon.
You'll get licked and you better get dicked. And I 1v1 man, you hit and miss. Lad, get the gist. You ain't shit. Begging for 6, man, you're just a nit.
Begging for 6, you're just a nit. As we know, Lewis did live with Andy, so I'm guessing he must have seen Andy begging for some cigs or something.
I'm in a house that ain't fit to live in. Heard all your life you've been abusing women.
Oh, that's a bit heavy. I don't know if that's true. So, little disclaimer here. I'm not saying that's true. I'm unsure if it is. But it's in the song and does flow quite nice with what they're saying.
Beat or a ring, just know that I'm winning. With splitting, chin spinning. Put me in a ring and I'm a straight killing. They make me laugh about a boxing promoter when your bird's been ragged more than...
What now, as we all know, Andy is the worst boxing promoter there is. So, if you're looking to sign with a real promoter, Lewis, as I've said, JDP Promotions, we all know where it is, in the business of doing business, on the way to the moon productions. Come on, let's get it.
No Toyota, Andy Smith, yeah, you little joker. Yeah, trust you don't want beef. Neither does your cousin, he's got no teeth.
Ooh!
Andy Smith's a bad nonce. Andy Smith is a big fat nonce. Andy Smith's a bad nonce. Andy Smith.
He does, to be fair, but obviously you know what BC's like. He's got to be on it, hasn't he? And he probably created this little catchy bit in the middle, the what's it called? The chorus. Now, don't get me wrong, it is a bit deep, and I don't agree with labelling Andy as this, but the song is catchy. You've got to give him that.
Is a big fat nonce. Andy Smith's a bad nonce. Andy Smith is a big fat nonce. Andy Smith's a bad nonce. Andy Smith is a big fat nonce. 20 of your rap with a quilt on your head. I girls while he showers a video with your bed.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. I showed a video of your bed, Andy, lad, where you took that stinky quilt from.
You're now but a dirty fat bastard. Jump in the ring, watch your face get plastered. Little grown body ain't now that I've mastered. Taller and Biggie, you know that I'm faster. You're a home crying, eating microwave faster.
Oh, and you know something? This is what I mean. Lewis must be hitting him with some little digs there, you know, because he used to live with him. So that's telling me Andy lives off microwave pasta. His bed stinks. That duvet is not washed for months, and it's come straight off his bed and goes with him up and down the roads, and then follows him again to bed at night.
Just know if I catch you, it's gonna be nasty. Your bird's binge looks like a Cornish pasty.
Oh, how would Lewis know though? Oh, have you blew yourself up there, Lewis? What you been doing with Andy's missus?
Dust, Say it's flavours, got no Wi-Fi.
Smokes dust and says it's flavours. Oh, he's done you, Andy. He's done you. Andy, if you don't come back with an heavy reply to this, an heavy song, mate, that's it. You might as well just call it an end. Done. Finished.
You use your neighbours, 29 and still live with your dad. Can't fight because of my alcohol ties. Can't fight because of my alcohol ties. Andy Smith's a bad nonce. Andy Smith is a big fat nonce. Andy Smith's a bad nonce. Andy Smith is a big fat nonce.
Oh yeah, they've got that video there when Andy did the response. That's what I mean. You've got to give it him. It is well done. Again, I don't agree with the overall message of the song. I do think it is a bit wrong. But you've got to give it him. It is catchy. It does get you into it. Lewis has got the bars, mate. It's all right, you know.
Andy Smith's a bad nonce. Andy Smith is a big fat nonce. Andy Smith's a bad nonce. Andy Smith is a big fat nonce.
Yeah, shutdown crew from Newcastle. You know how they do. So that was VC and Lewis Oddy absolutely cremating Andy Smith. Andy, I'm expecting some absolute fire in the quilt in response. Otherwise, kid, what even are you, bro? Anyway, what do you think? What's the comments reckon to that? I've actually done all right. Do you know, that's what I'm saying. As you all know, I'm far from a VC fan. But credit where it's due. Like, it's catchy. Lewis has got the bars. They've absolutely, like, well, they've done Andy there, haven't they? Like, proper done him. Finish him. Mortal Kombat style. Don't forget to smash them likes, guys, if you haven't already. Anyone who's not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe. As most of you will know now, we're doing around 3, 4, 5 lives a week. They are quite regular. So make sure you're hitting that like, hit that subscribe if you don't want to miss all the action. This is like the first look at the content. You know that. Come on. Defo. Yeah, same, bro. 1,000,000%. Like I say, I don't agree with trying to label him as that, like, but the song is catchy, it is good. So, in response to VC's catchy tune with Lewis Oddy, well, they absolutely destroyed Andy Smith, as we know. It's a catchy tune. Andy has now come back with a little response here. We've got a little video. His normal 47 seconds filmed on the iPhone 6. I don't know why I don't just get a new phone. You know, it'd do my head in if I had to film everything less than a minute, or my phone just simply wouldn't hold it. And one thing's for sure, I definitely wouldn't have travelled all the way to Doncaster Waters to film a 47-second documentary. Where's the sense in that? Anyway, let's see what this plonker, Andy, is saying in response.
Thought I'd do a little reply.
Camera angles dropped, quilt's gone. He's double raging today.
Fucking hell, diss track from Lewis Oddy and Hedgehog Man.
Entertaining, yes. They've done you, absolutely done you up like a kipper son.
Yeah. Bars, absolutely terrible. The editing.
See, now I've got to disagree there where he's saying bars absolutely terrible. I think that Lewis absolutely smashed it, you know. I think they were great bars. Some of the little metaphors in there. I mean, don't get me wrong. You could see a lot of them was like, this is what Andy will understand more than anything, like the pasta thing and, you know, stuff like that, begging for cigs. And, you know, they're like proper disses from someone who knows him, yeah. So it does make it all the more funny. But for you to be now saying terrible bars, come on, Andy. Who are you kidding?
Right. I'm going to show you how to do a proper music video. Do you know what?
If you can fit a proper music video into less than a minute, Andy, I myself will give you 50 quid because I can't see you being able to do it, being able to film a better video than they've done there. Squeeze it all into your little 50-second thing, unless you try adding Morgan Freeman on the end again, but it's still not going to win. So I challenge you, Andy, 50 quid. I will give to you if you can come back with a better video and a better tune than they've just absolutely hammered you with there.
But here's the thing with me. I won't work for anybody else, and obviously...
That's funny, because I heard you was Decker Heggy's Works, man.
Obviously, Lewis has clearly got Craig's corn in his mouth, but is what it is. Fair play, Lewis.
Yeah, it is strange, and I will agree with Andy on that point. It is very strange how Lewis Oddy was actually Andy's friend. So it is strange now how he's ended up being with VC quite a lot. They've made a song against Andy. I mean, it doesn't look good on Andy. It makes Andy look even more like a bit of a pillock, really, to be honest. But yeah, I wonder what's gone on there behind the scenes for him. Obviously, we know Lewis was probably not happy with Andy putting him in unmatched against that lad who was clearly levels above him, you know, for his first ever fight. He's clearly unhappy about that. But I wonder what's gone on behind the scenes for Lewis Oddy to now be friends with Video Craig so much.
Good attempt at your diss track, Andy Smith's, whatever. But you know what? I'm going to show you how to do a fucking proper music video, so I hope you're ready for Fire in the Duvet. Over and out.
Yes, Fire in the Duvet. Come on, Andy. That's what we need. We need you to come out now, absolutely destroy it, Fire in the Duvet, show us all exactly what Andy Smith is about. Yeah, this is what you're about, man. You want to be Connor John, you want to be Marky B, you want to be Bad Boy Chiller Crew. Lewis Oddy has just absolutely cremated you with an hedgehog. You better come back with some absolute fire, kid, or your YouTube career is done. So what's everyone saying anyway before we finish? Show us the 50 quid. Oh yeah, without a doubt, without a doubt. But I wonder why Lewis has gone for it so much. I don't know. Either way, it's funny, it's entertaining to watch. Andy, he does half bring it on himself by acting like such a plonker half the time, I mean. Yeah. Hopefully he comes back with a good little tune now, because it'll spice up the dark corner, give us all something more to talk about, and yeah, it's got me interested anyway. And that song, whether I agree with the message or not, was certainly very catchy. So props where it's due. Fair play to him, I say. Probably does, you know, probably eats it half the time and all. If there's not enough chips in there, he eats the paper with them. It's like an extra little side. Mental, innit? Right, anyway, guys, hope you've all enjoyed today's live stream. Like I say, for anyone who wants to become a member, if you want to become security at JDP Promotions YouTube security team, you can join it through the link. There's also a CEO option if you want to become a CEO and get shortlisted for a spanner. Good morning, guys. I hope everyone's doing well on this very early Saturday morning. As you can see, not even quite 10:30 yet. JDP is hard at work in the office building here in Manchester, putting together multiple deals. As you know, it's what we do here in the business of doing business and all that. Now, as a lot of you may know, there's a big show going on tonight, Frank Warren Queensbury production. David Adelaide is fighting Jamie TKV on the undercard. Now, Jamie TKV is represented by JDP Promotions. He has a lot to do with us. We actually passed him on to the Frank Warren Queensbury stable. And as I say, he's one of the fighters who we earn a percentage of. So we've got big interest in tonight. Make sure you all tune in and support Jamie TKV. Anyway, how many we got in? What's everyone saying this morning? What you saying? The real Ronaldo? Do you remember the real Ronaldo back in the day? He was the man, you know, wasn't he? Like when the Brazilians had that deadly trio up front, you had like Ronaldinho, Rivaldo, and Ronaldo. Unstoppable, mate. Nah, not today. We've not managed to give them any merchandise today, but don't worry, JDP merchandise will be on all market stalls before you know it. Keep your eyes open. Obviously, the mugs are coming first because you'd have to be a mug to buy one. Yes, me again. Hope you're all good, bro. So we've got quite a few different things to get through this morning. As you know, I wasn't actually in the office yesterday, so I didn't manage to do any lives. It was a very busy day, running here, running there. A few different calls with Alan Sugar, as you all know, on the way to the moon and all that. You know how we roll. I smoke the cigar every time. It's a different cigar every single time. I just don't smoke it on the live because YouTube doesn't like it. But as soon as I end the live, boom, I cut the end of the cigar, get out on the street, smoke a bit of my cigar, leave it on top of the box until I've finished my day, come out, grab it off the electric box and smoke it on the way back to the train station. Anyway, so let's get in now to the first one, what we're going to do. Now, a lot of you may have heard of the eye opener. He's done a lot of videos towards JDP in the past. He normally comes across very angry, like the whole time he's on there, he's major angry, like, and triggered, going off his head. Today, he seems much more calm, but I've found the image of what this man reminds me of. So, he is ready here. This is the crazy bones, what I kept saying that this guy, the eye opener, reminds me of. Boom! Tell me that that's not a dead ringer. Absolute spit that is, kid. Look, his head goes thicker at the bottom, thin in the middle, like you've squeezed a tub of toothpaste, and then fat again at the top. Tell me that's not an absolute dead ringer. If you tell me I'm lying, you're lying. Anyway, let's see what he's saying.
It's been a while since I've done a video, so I thought I'd come and show my face. I'm like a mole that pops out at ground, you know, every once in a while.
I agree, he is like a mole that pops out the ground every once in a while. But notice how much calmer and that he is in this video. Normally, from the beginning, he's like red in the face, veins are popping out, he's screaming, he's shouting. He seems much calmer in this one. Now, we've only got a little short clip here. He does go on to talk about the sheriff, which I didn't actually watch. But the sheriff is also not too happy with what he's had to say.
Just to give my opinion on recent events. So, I just wanted to firstly say something to JDP, actually, because I seen him the
Go on then.
other day going on about the Swan and how much of a superstar the Swan was, this, that.
Now, if he was actually in the chat when that was recorded live, because that was the only way he could have seen that bit, because it didn't go out in a video. So for him to have seen that, he must have been in the chat live. So he must have seen that I didn't know that the Swan was locked up. I didn't know what for or anything along the line. Someone put it in the chat, signed the Swan. And I went on to have a bit of a laugh saying, yeah, the Swan, you know, he's a good fighter. I said, he's not a superstar like Brett May, but he's a tough little fighter, blah, blah, blah. To which someone put in the comments, oh, he's locked up for said offences, what you go on to talk about in a minute. To then which I say, well, obviously, there's no contract for the Swan. I was only having a bit of a laugh anyway, but I don't know why you felt the need to talk about it for 2.5 minutes in this video, but let's crack on.
But I'll say this now, JDP. You know, for starters, it don't surprise me the lengths people like you will go to for a little bit of recognition and clout on this platform. But, you know, just take...
The lengths I'll go to for recognition and clout on this platform. I'll come on this platform and tell you all you're a bunch of cocksuckers. You all hate me. I'll come on here and tell every single one of you, you're a woman beater, you're a wrong un, you're a cocksucker, you're this, you're a little bitch, you're I don't come on here trying to clout chase and like anything of the sort. I'll come on here and just tell a bunch of cocksuckers that they're a bunch of cocksuckers.
5 minutes to go online, search the lad's name up, and then come back and tell me if he's a superstar or not, you know? I'm sure the 17-year-old kid, because that's basically what she was, isn't it? You know what I mean? Even at 17-year-old, they're still classed as children. But
I totally agree, mate. Whatever he's done is totally wrong. Again, I don't know why you're trying to go on as if I'm defending the Swan. Like I say, for you to have seen me even mention the Swan, you must have been watching the videos get recorded live. So therefore, you must have seen the outcome that 2 minutes later I found out, oh no, the Swan's in jail for this. But I don't know, maybe that's why he's coming across very calm, because he knows it's bullshit and he's just trying to filler out his video, maybe. Who knows?
But he had pictures of her nude photographs and videos on his phone, and he was sharing these videos online, bribing her. I'm sure the dog that he battered and his...
Big shout out to the immortal Dr. Rackpool, absolute legend in this corner. As you all know, make sure you all go over and give the doc a sub. Now, let's carry on listening to this guy. Let's not forget, though, check this out. Look. Absolute spit. Absolute spit.
The owner of the dog, who said she felt like she'd been hit by a bus. So I'm sure they think that, you know, he's a fucking superstar, but...
Listen, he's disgusting. I agree with you. What's your point? I agree. I'm not going to start coming on here and arguing with you in regards to the Swan, a man I've never met off the internet, who someone made a comment to me in my comments. I responded. And now what do you want me to do? Defend his honour? I don't give two shits about the Swan. And he's obviously a bit of a wrong, isn't he, for what he's done, but it's not my place to be calling everyone and the dog out on the internet.
You know me, I think he's a cretinous waste of fucking space, and he belongs where he is now, in prison. I mean...
Well, if what everyone's saying is true, I totally agree. But like I say, I have no real interest in the Swan.
It's a shame that he'll only do, what, 1 year, 1 month, because he only got 2 years, 2 months. He got 2 years for breaching his restraining order and 2 months for doing what he did to that young lass, which I think is fucking disgusting. And it's no time at all, really, let's be fair. He shouldn't be doing anything or degrading any young lass like that online, but I wouldn't expect anything from a cretinous individual like the Swan anyway, but...
Well, yeah, you shouldn't be degrading any female online in the sort of manner that is being portrayed that he's done. The fact that it's only a 17-year-old does make it a lot worse. I totally agree with you. Eye-opener. I don't understand what your whole point was in having that little 2-minute rant at me in your video, but hi-ho, there you go. And here's our little response. Anyway, we've got a few more in now. 31. Starting to get in. Bit of a slow burner this morning. It's a bit early, though, isn't it? 10:30 for us. Who's this guy, man? Let's get rid of him, because I can't be arsed with you filling up my thing. Time you out. Right, see you later, Bart, kid. Oh, they do look the spit, you know, Doc, don't they? You couldn't believe they were Siamese twins or something. Someone just come along with a big pair of edge cutters and separated them. Respect, Kudo, bro. Hope you're all good. Who's your next fight, Kudo? When's your next fight, brother? Big respect, you know, because that last lad who you fought, you could tell he was like a proper trained lad, a proper fighter, you know what I mean? And you didn't lose, man. You did very well. Keep at it, man. You've actually got a lot more potential than other individuals who've done 18-month training camps, if you get my drift. Cheers, brother. Respect for that, Kudo. Don't forget to smash the likes for us, guys. Right, let's get that out of my studio. Yeah, one more for the road. You ready? Boom. Told ya, this was the crazy bones, what I was trying to say, what his head looks like. Obviously, it does look like a tube of toothpaste when you've squoze it in the middle as well, like thick at the bottom and thick at the top. But you're telling me that's not an absolute spitting image? Stick a 1 in the chat if you think that is the absolute spitting image there. That crazy bone head there from the 90s. I used to play with them with a kid when I was a kid, and I remembered that exact one. The first time I seen this guy's head, I thought, nah, his head looks the same as that crazy bones. So let's get that from the studio. To be honest, bro, obviously you absolutely stormed the Fly. I wouldn't give the Fly a rematch until he gets a win. He should give the Burger Joint the rematch, considering he's coming off the back of a loss. You fought at a level above Liam, and you didn't lose, bro, in your last fight. You drew. You know what I mean? You want to fight people better than Liam. Like, you'll slump him, put him asleep, bro. Your level's above him. Keep going down the gym, keep training, keep doing your thing. And, like, you are actually half decent, bro. You've got a hell of a little bang on you, you know, when you connect. you just swing a bit too wildly. It's like when you're in the heat of the moment. I mean, I can't really talk because I'm the same, you know what I mean? You're just like a normal fella, aren't you? But the more you train and get used to getting it and being precise with what you're doing, you'll do well, you know. Yes, pure ones. Pure ones. Oh, the spit of it though, innit, bro? Absolute spit. How do you know I've not been up all night in the office? I could have done a sheriff just on this stuff instead of the Colombian one, what he has. We have got a video here of the sheriff. It's an absolute belter, you know. In fact, we're going to do this one now. I was going to wait for this one, but seeing as there's a couple of years in, this sheriff, you know, now, let's not forget, before we even start this video, now, we've got the smoking sheriff here now. Let's not forget, in recent weeks and recent months, he's been calling me out, telling me to come to this bare knuckle event, come to that bare knuckle event. He's telling Narrative Destroyer he's going to turn up on Narrative Destroyer, you know, he's going to do this, he's going to do that, turn up to this event, turn up to that event. Now, that eye-opener fella has had a bit of a rant at the sheriff, and sheriff hasn't took it too well, and he's gone out of his way to get what I believe to be a local bare knuckle champion on the scene around the UK somewhere, lightweight or somewhere, to call this eye opener out. Now, what sort of man are you, sheriff, when you need another man who's probably about 22 years old to defend your honour? What are you even about?
Good morning, everyone. Yes, it's a sexy sheriff on a sexy Saturday.
It's the snorting, scratching, sniffing, horrible sheriff.
Hope everyone's feeling absolutely fantastic. Right, he's back, isn't he? Chris Baker, aka Eye Opener. What an absolute plonker this fella is, right?
Now, I do agree. I do happen to think Eye Opener is a bit of a plonker myself. And some of the things what he did say in regards to other people who've now passed on, I did find in very bad taste and disgusting, but that's a story for another day. Today, we're on about this thing.
I say, fella, use that term loosely, because he's a ding, right?
You're a ding.
Jumping on. He's like the flu.
Hey, if anyone would know about the flu, it's the sheriff, innit? Come on, let's be honest. I mean, well, don't know if it's the flu, like, but you definitely know a lot about Colombian colds, don't you?
Comes out every now and then, makes everybody feel sick. That's what you do with your big, odd-shaped napper. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Now, see the deflection tactics, don't get me wrong. As we've just shown, Eye Opener has a very strange shaped head. Bit like one of them crazy bones from the 90s, as I just showed you. But for Mr. Potato Head to be on here calling somebody else disgusting and talking about the shape of their head, look, just shows, doesn't it? Like this guy lives in a fairy tale.
You've got a head like a space raider. You're just a little raff. Coming on here, calling me a liar, saying this, saying that, blah, blah, blah. Right. It couldn't be further from the truth, the stuff you were saying that happened with Scotty G and the GoFundMe and this, that, and the other.
Now, I don't know what he said. Like I say, I didn't watch the rest of that video, but I think it's quite clear you had your hands in the GoFundMe for Scotty G. I think it's quite clear you were taking as many of the clothes donations that you could around the time. I mean, before you got the Scotty G donation bag, you was printing your own T-shirts, let's not all forget. You had Fruit of the Loom on the label, but you was printing Nike and Adidas and that on all your T-shirts. Now you seem to have allowed a legitimate Under Armour ones, and as we all know, Scotty G loves an Under Armour trackie. So that just tells me that something fishy was going on around that whole time and that whole situation.
Right. All the money was accounted for, but you won't know about that. Do you know what I mean? Because you just jump on here.
I'm sure it was accounted for, Sheriff, if you catch my drift.
And talk shite, right? All was. And when he got kicked out and put on the streets again, as you say, which he never, because he moved from Paddy's to somewhere else. And he's still there now, to this day. So, wrong again. And whatever money was left over in the GoFundMe got sent to the certain person he's staying with.
What actually happened around that last few £100, if we all remember? Didn't Paddy say it was getting spent on gas bottles? I'm unsure exactly what went on with that whole last bit of money situation. If anyone remembers, let me know in the comments.
So, wrong again. I got him back on the drugs. Right, I'll hold my hands up. To be fair, I did take him to the place where he got the drugs. But unbeknown to me, I didn't know I did not know that's what he was doing. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, that old chestnut. So you took him to his local dealer's house, a man who's in recovery, who your whole angle and whole reason you had him around you was to help him get off drugs. And you took him to his dealer's house, and now you're going to feed us some bullshit excuse of why you did it. Come on, then, let's hear it.
I mean, he went there, and he went and picked clothes and stuff up.
Oh, yeah, that old chestnut. Was the clothes in a little Sealy bag, were the Sheriff?
Which he came out with clothes and stuff, and he asked him, and he said he'd had a line of MDMA. That was all. It turns out he did actually get blues and stuff, but we didn't know, and then it came apparent a couple of days later.
Oh, it was very apparent a couple of days later, as we all know, as we all seen from the lives and the things what Scotty was saying. He allowed Tony Burkitt to trick him twice or 3 times with phone calls and then uploaded the recorded calls online, making him look silly.
So there you go. Yeah, partly is my fault, probably. Shouldn't have trusted him, but I did because he was doing really well. Anyway, you're coming on here, you're calling me, and you blah, blah, blah. Yes, I'm a big fat twat, right?
Agreed.
I'm also 46, old enough to be your dad, right?
Now, this is where he starts going on now and starts trying to deflect and get someone else to come in and save me, won't you save me? You know what I mean? What's wrong with you, Sheriff? Scared to death, mate. You got to get this young lad to come in and save you. You're on here calling it on, arguing with every Tom, Dick and Harry. It was only last week. You was 9 o'clock in the morning. You was stood at a bar on a live, absolutely smashed out your head, telling me to come and meet you at the hotel. You know what I mean? It's a good job that I've got morals. And I said to you, Sheriff, you smashed out your head. You've been up all night. What am I going to get from coming there and slapping you? I didn't come there and do it. But from what we've seen now today, this is obviously your whole agenda and whole angle. Probably like you're trying to do with narrative now. You're trying to goad someone to come to these BKFC events because you're calling them out to fight. And then you're going to try and hide behind some fighter. It's clear to see now you blew yourself right up.
So I'm an easy target for someone like you who thinks they're a bit of a bare-knuckle fighter. Do you know what I mean? Because you've had one and you got your ass handed to you.
Eye Opener's not a bare-knuckle fighter. The man's about 4'5" and about 7 stone. You know what I mean? How's he going to hurt you? It'd be like having a fly flying into the side of your head. It's like another Liam. He couldn't hurt you anyway, you little div. You're about 6 foot something and about 20 stone, Sheriff. If you couldn't plant one on his abnormally shaped head and put him a kip, there's something wrong with you, mate. And you just want to go and lie in a dark room for the rest of your days.
But there's people on here. I've got friends on here who've seen your video. I'm not happy with you.
Here we go. You ready? He's got his mate here now to step in and save the day for him.
The lad, similar size to yourself.
Similar size to himself. A bare-knuckle lightweight champion from the UK that he's got no problem with. He doesn't know from Adam. Yeah. Good idea, Sheriff.
Lives very close to you. I think you live, I don't know where you live. He lives in Doncaster, right? And he's not happy with you. So he's got something to say. And he's calling you out. To be fair, he's calling you out.
Respect, Andy Brown. He's only calling him out, Sheriff, because you need someone to step in and stick up for you. That's why, like I've said, it's very strange why a man like yourself would come on here, be arguing with everyone, calling people out to come to events. I'm in this town, I'm in that town. Come, it's only 20 minutes from you. But you're quick as they come to hide behind the next man when it comes on top of you. And it's not even fully come on top yet. The geezer's just come on and had a bit of a rant. And you're already hiding behind someone. You big fanny.
Further than the truth, the stuff you were saying, you're coming on here, you're calling me, and you blah, blah, blah. Yes, I'm a big fat twat, right? I'm also lives very close to you. I think you live right, Christopher.
Sorry about that, I skipped back.
Yo, this is a message to Chris Baker. If you think you're a bad man, keep threatening Andy Cave, then I promise you now, fam, I will get a fight set up, me and you, in that ring. If you think you're a bad man, only had one BKB, mate, I've had 9.
See, so he's had to get a kid there who's had 9 fights, who's just said he's calling him out on behalf of you, Andy Cave. What is it with you trying to get kids to fight your battles? It was only 6 months ago you was trying to get your 15-year-old son to fight Scotty G for you. You're a very strange man, you know, proper abnormal.
Yeah, I'm 5-4, right, bruv? I have knocked man out. I've been up against bigger man, and the reason I'm the king of the featherweights, yeah? So if you think you're a man, I'll come up your way, and I'll still take your chin for a spin, bruv. So ever
It's not looking good, bruv.
Andy Cave again, yeah? Mum's life, bro. I'm coming for you, G.
So there you go.
See the gun on the sheriff, Devin, come back on.
Chris Baker, a.k.a. Eye Opener. Eye Opener. I bet your eyes are not open when you look in the mirror, are you? Are they? You ugly little git. But yeah, there you go. That's my good friend, Reese Hampton.
There's Sheriff's good friend who we met at the BKFC while putting out the chairs, doing a 3 days labour. He was the one who gave him the pat on the back the first time he ever done it. Well done, Sheriff, lad.
AKA Rusty. And if you think he's full of shit, and you don't believe him, you think he's some sort of Doyle, just take a quick look at this. This is what he does to little Space Raider headed dings like you on a regular basis.
See what I mean now? We'll leave that one there. But isn't it quite obvious how the sheriff, he is what it says on the tin, he's a big fat fanny. That's what he is. He's out here telling men to come to bare knuckle events and fight him every 2 minutes. As soon as someone has a bit of a rant who's a bit too close for comfort, maybe, he's straight on the phone to the kids from the BKFC who've been patting him on the back when he's putting the chairs out, saying, please stick up for me. Please fight for me. Sheriff, you are the biggest ding on YouTube. Anyway, what's everyone saying? Who've we got in? Mental, innit? He was going on about clobber and that before to someone. I'm thinking, wow, Sheriff, I remember when you had a printer in your front room and you was printing your own T-shirts, you big scruff. How can you come on here and say anything about anyone? The only reason he's got them Under Armour T-shirts, like I said, is because he got them out the Scotty G donation bag. Right, so that's that one done. Now, we've got here now, he was in the chat a minute ago. Is he still here? That Lewis Oddy. I'm not sure if he's in there. I thought I'd seen him before. But we've got now the little back and forth here. The most recent instalment between Andy Smith, a.k.a. Duvet Man, and the one and only Lewis Oddy. Now, as we know, Lewis Oddy came out with a pretty good diss track the other day. Video Craig did ruin it a little bit. Took away from the vibe. You know, you had Lewis there looking the part in his trackie and that, spitting the bars. And then you had Video Craig sat there with his Street Fighter arcade machines behind him. His Mohican pointing every few seconds. He should have just stayed off it. It would have been much better. But it is still quite catchy. And what we've got here now is Andy Smith's most recent response to Lewis and Hedgehog Man.
Everyone's well.
As we can all see, Andy has took a trip today down to the little piece of field what he's bought, and he must have been running up and down in the hill. As we can see, now Duvet looking a bit sweaty on his hill.
Diss track. We've got our response. We're working on it. It's going to be an absolute belter. Keep your eyes peeled for it. Ginge, you made a bad move, obviously getting into bed with Craig.
I don't think he's made the best move getting into, as you would put it, bed with Craig. But Video Craig at this point probably can help him to get a bit more known. You know, that is probably the truth and facts. And considering Lewis wants to be a bare knuckle fighter and that's what he's looking to do, they probably can help him a little bit in regards to them sort of things. You know, they could probably get him on Simon Kirk shows here and there. No doubt Simon Kirk will know different people who he could then pass Lewis on to, who have bigger shows, maybe. So I understand why he's done it. I don't think it's the best idea in the world, like I say, because a lot of the following and the traction in this corner is negative, but we'll only know for sure as time goes on.
You've made all these rumours up, Andy Smith, months, what have you, in the song, but do you know what, Lewis? Craig's not fuck out of women.
True.
Most of his life.
I don't know if it's most of his life, but the assault, what he did do on the two women in the party was very bad, very disgusting. And like I say, I've spoken about it quite a lot, but I don't think he's done it most of his life.
Crimes that I would never, ever dream of committing, which I'm going to show you all in the music video.
The music video. Now, Andy, we've been waiting for this for ages already. What's going on? Come on. You're falling behind on content daily. I mean, we're still waiting for this Brett May documentary that we've seen 47 seconds of. We've got 47 seconds of a response to Lewis here. And all you do is promise us you're going to do this documentary, you're going to do this music response track, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. Then we get 47 seconds of you talking shit, followed by a subscribe screen or a Morgan Freeman AI voiceover, which you've not done for a little while. I wonder why. Maybe you know it's cringy and shit.
Show you all who Craig is. I'm going to show you all who Lewis is. Yeah, I've got a few tricks on my sleeve for you, Lewis, so cheers. So I hope...
There he was with the trademark walk-off. And now, Lewis Oddie has got his own channel. Video Craig shared the link before. Like I say, he seems all right, this Lewis. So he will be pinned in the description of this video as well. And here is Lewis Oddie's response.
So Andy Smith's been another video.
Trigger warning, he does talk about some strange stuff in this video.
Trying to say that the music video is shite, the bars are shite, but bearing in mind, Andy Smith, your video, what you record your songs on, what you do your little 47 MCs on.
When he says 47 MCs, I think he means your 47-second videos. Because I've never... Well, he does do the MCs, doesn't he? But again, they're like 47 seconds as well. And I think Lewis lets us know why. He's telling us what sort of hardware Andy and Streetwise TV is working with here.
You're on an iPhone 7.
What? iPhone 7? Well, that answers all the questions, doesn't it? No wonder he can only record 47 seconds. When did them come out? 1982? What's wrong with you, Andy?
An iPhone 7 in 2025. You've rung me up saying, "Oh, Lewis, do you remember when you had spots on your dick?" Right. I don't give a fuck.
That went very deep, very fast, didn't it? And I'm wondering if that was the sort of conversation that Lewis and Andy had about deep and fast as well. Now, I'm unsure about Lewis's explanation from where this thrush come from. I mean, I've never had it myself, so I can't say. But let's get into this because it does get well funny, this.
I got a shower in your house with some cheap old body wash and I caught thrush.
Oh, man. I'll tell you what, the first video, I had a shower in your house with cheap shower gel and I caught thrush. Oh, your first ever video on YouTube, boom, have that one. I'm going to tell you about when I caught thrush at Andy's house.
Every single person has had thrush, yeah? So if that's the only thing you can hit, like, come and dig at me for, bro, it's a minor. It is.
To be fair, I don't think it is a big thing. I mean, as we all know, a lot of people do get these sorts of things through their life. I mean, I've actually been quite lucky. I've never had anything. But I'm unsure if I believe the whole shower gel scenario from where it come from. Who knows? But either way, it's a very strange thing to talk about in your first ever YouTube video.
It's a minor and I'll lob my Corey out. I could not care. Not to be shy for. Just remember, bro, remember one thing. The amount of dirt that I know about you, you could never, ever turn around and say you know more about me. Because, Moshier, I've not done half of the stuff you have done, because you are one dodgy guy, mate.
See, you must know a few things about Andy, because he does keep alluding to this sort of stuff. Obviously, Lewis and Andy do know each other from the real world. I was saying in my previous videos that Lewis was from the same area, Bridlington, as Andy. I've been told that that's incorrect, and Lewis is actually from Bradford, and they only met each other in jail. So I'm unsure if that's true, but like I say, either way, they know each other from in real life, not in YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So they will know stuff about each other that us, the general public, won't know.
Now you've got Joshy Pop Pop pretending to be blooming Brett May, fucking spraying you up with a fucking fire extinguisher. That is embarrassing. If you seen clip on that guy, mate, if he sprayed me with a fire extinguisher when I was asleep like that, mate, I'd be eating him. I'd be feeding him that fire extinguisher for his.
I've been feeding him that fire extinguisher. To be fair though, I mean, I'd always heard of this Joshy Pop Pop. For 2 years, I heard of him. He was a bit like a dark corner myth. Is he a myth? Is he a legend? Is he even real? Joshy Pop Pop. We'd never seen him yet. I was expecting this, like, well, I don't know what I was expecting, to be honest. But I certainly wasn't expecting to turn up looking like that. You know, that is for sure.
Little fucking gob. Oh, mate. He's a Doylan. You both get me annoyed because you're both idiots. You both try and make out you're someone on the internet who you're not, like these big people, these big streetwise TV. You Muppets pair you.
Oh, you could tell, yeah, that come from the heart, that. He probably meant that. Like, you Muppets the pair, yeah. I do like this kid, this Louis Oddie, I'm not going to lie. He does come across all right, you know, one of the lads and that. He half makes me laugh. This video here, like I say, he's obviously got no filter, has he? Just starts chatting about Thrush and that. But big shout out to the lad.
Right. Find a place, no videos, and I'll fight you and Josh Pop Pop, whatever his fucking name is, at the same time. How about that?
Boom! How about that then? Andy Smith. Lewis Oddie will fight you and Joshy Pop Pop at the same time. So get in touch. JDP Promotions will be happy to put on the event. So anyway, what's everyone thinking? What's everyone saying? We've got one video left to do. Now we'll leave that one to man like Bobby. I'm unsure. I've never had it. That's what I mean. I don't even know. I mean, it sounds like an STD to me. I could be wrong, like I say. But yeah, either way, it's still a bit strange, isn't it? Oh. Right then. Let's get this last video done, and then I can crack on with the business for tonight. Quick few more calls to Frank. Make sure everything's going sweet. As you all know, as I mentioned earlier, we've got Jamie TKV fighting David Adelaide tonight on the undercard of Joyce Hergovich. So make sure you're all tuning in at the zone. Every single one of them DAZN subscriptions tonight pays this promotional company a little small percentage. So make sure you all go over and support the cause. Also, if you want to become, as I've said before, JDP Security, the link is pinned at the top of the chat. There's also a CEO option. So anyone wanting to come with us all the way to the moon, hit that little link, and the rest is history. Yes, Barry Gammon, lad, what's happening? Yes, Andy. Hope you're good, bro. Yeah, we got heavy security downstairs, you know. If Danny Christie ever turns up here, mate, I've got 5 ex-MMA, ex-SAS, top Marine geezers, like the toughest geezers you could ever find, like in the whole country. Got 5 of them downstairs, mate, just protecting me. Obviously, there's a little panic alarm over there. Just press that and one of them will leg it up, side me. That's in case someone comes through the window, like ninjas or something. Respect, bro. Come on, you know that. In the business of doing business, you know how we do over here at JDP Promotions. I know I was thinking that. I need like a little that. We'll have to sort it out. We'll see what goes on. I mean, we're on the way to the moon, aren't we? So, you know, anything's possible. I've already got one. I've got one there. I've got one downstairs. As soon as my mouth left Danny Christie's lips, I was on the phone to the panic button people, mate. Right. So, what we got here now is Danny G, as we all know, he's got this 50k fight going on with HS Tiki Toki. Will HS pay him? Won't he pay him? Is this fight going to materialise? Is it going to happen? Is Danny G full of it, or is he the real deal? All questions that we want answering. So let's get straight in and see what Danny G was saying. The most recent in regards to this situation.
This is like he could say to me, "I'll give you half up front, yeah, and I'll give you a half. Like I'll transfer you half right before the fight, literally right before I walk out, because believe."
And to be fair, I know a lot of people won't like me saying this, but Danny G's demands are actually quite fair, you know. He's not asking anything that, like, I wouldn't be asking myself. I mean, you want to guarantee your payment, don't you? To put the money in an escrow with a solicitor, or, like Danny's saying, half up front and half as you're about to walk out. I don't see any problem with that if you was genuinely going to pay the man. But I seen a video, a clip the other day of this HS Tiki Toki. He fought some other fella and he offered to pay him $5,000. He's not paid the lad. I mean, the lad was sat on a bus sending videos, like putting his videos on his social media to this HS Tiki Toki, begging him for the $5,000. He never paid him. So what if he's not going to pay him his $5,000? The geezer who proper needs it. There's no way he's going to give him 50, is there? So you do need to put certain things in place to guarantee your money.
Believe me, you could have me in the arena. I'll tell you straight, I'm not joking. I wouldn't even walk out. Bro, I'm not joking. Unless that money's in my bank, I wouldn't even walk out. I would come out to the crowd with my music on, and then I'd grab the microphone and I'd tell you why we're fighting. That's the thing with me. He's not fucking about with somebody who hasn't got the balls to tell you all exactly what's going on. I have. I don't give a fuck. I don't need to lie to you. I want this £50,000. I want my golf clubs. I want to move.
Oh, it's like this is all he cares about in the world. He says golf clubs, you know. I seen a comment. It was in one of these videos on one of these clip channels, and it said Danny and his missus have gone through the Argos catalogue and circled everything that they want in different coloured markers. Yeah, and I thought, nah, you know what? It's half true when you listen to him. He's already spent this money. He wants these golf clubs. He's probably already looked at the house and rung up the people down Cornwall. They want the house. Yeah, 6 months rent up front. I've got it. Don't worry. Got this fight over the line.
I want to play golf for a year. I want to just spend my life on the golf course for a year. Have a lovely year after the fight. I want the fucking fight. But only if I get paid. Because that's the whole...
Oh, that was comment of the year. That comment had me reeling.
That's the whole reason I'm doing it. Yeah, money first, end off, mate. Money first, fucking end off. And if there ain't no money first, there ain't no fucking fight. It's that simple. Yeah, mostly it's not normal, is it that? But this is...
See, I would be inclined to agree with you if this HS Tiki Toki hadn't fought on Misfits and didn't have such a big online presence and following. That does sort of make you think there is a slight possibility that this could happen, but that fella's probably trying to make it happen and have him in the bag and not pay him, which then makes you think probably won't happen. But like I say, if it was Karate Marty who got involved in touch with Danny G and was saying 50k fight against this fella wherever, then we'd all know, wouldn't we? That's as likely to happen as the Liverpool boat party.
Not a promotion I'm dealing with. This is a single geezer who said he's got the money. This is a single geezer who said he's got the money for me. So if you've got the money for me, sweet. Fucking sweet as a nut, mate. So what? We don't even have to argue, do we? You've got the money for me, so put it in my fucking bank.
Has he got the money though? Does anybody actually know who's in the chat now? Like anything about this HS Tiki Toki? I mean, like I say, I know he's ripped people off in the past. But has he got the financial capital to, if he actually wanted to, think, you know what, I'm just going to pay the geezer and do it legit? Could he just pay him? Like, let me know in the comments, guys, because I would be intrigued to know that, if people reckon that he's even got the money.
And I will sign a contract to say yeah, legally binding, that if I don't step in the ring, I've got to give you every fucking penny back. I'll do.
Yeah, but if you've already spent 20 grand, how long is it going to take you to pay, say, 20 grand back at the 50? So I can half understand what they're saying, which is why I think the escrow account is the perfect one. Put it in an escrow with a solicitor, you know, then when the fight's done, he'll give Danny the money. If for whatever reason the fight doesn't happen, he'll give the fella his money back. It's simple, innit? It's just business, like I say. Business are doing business. That is what JDP Promotions would do.
That's not a problem.
And Danny, if you was being represented by JDP Promotions, not only would you have your photo right here on the wall, but this fight would already be over the line. All it'd be is you'd have to give JDP, as you're not a high-level professional earning millions, we would take a 10% fee.
Not a fucking problem. You know me, I'm not about ripping anybody off. I'm a fuck man.
Nor us, Dan, at JDP Promotions. So get yourself into the office. Don't worry about the security blokes. If they, double check you and that, you'll soon get through and we'll have a little chat.
Do you know what I mean? But I'm not going to be ripped off. Do you get what I mean? I'm not going to be ripped off. I'm not going to be screwed over. This is a one and done thing for me. I'm not 25. I'm not looking to make a fight in my career. It's not a stepping stone to get more fights. It's one and fucking done. I'm just doing one. It's one and done. So I'm not.
I'm unsure if this whole fight's going to materialise, like I'm saying. I hope it does, mainly for the dark corner, because as you know, if big things happen in the dark corner, then we all benefit, you know, a bigger community comes in. So I do hope it does happen. But I'm under the illusion that this fella is going to try and have Danny G in the bag, and I don't think Danny's going to be that silly to let him do it, so it's probably not going to happen.
I'm going to do this one and done and then get scammed. I'm not fucking doing that. I'm great. Yeah, no money, no fight. Simple thing, mate. No money, no fight. You can push it all you want. You can get the whole fucking world wanting to see it, mate. And believe me, I'll tell you straight. This is what I will say about the fight. You want to know how I think I'll go in the fight? I'm going to go in there, honestly, to smash his fucking...
Do you know, I've seen that myself and it had me absolutely creasing. You pay £20 to watch, like, Tyson Fury against Usyk. You're not going to pay £20 to watch HS Tiki Toki against Danny G, are you? You should put that up for, like, £3.99, £4.99, and then you'll probably get a fair few buyers because a lot of people will sit there and think, £3, £4. I'll just pay that just to watch it now. You know what I mean? It's only £3, £4, but it's 20 quid. You'll think, I'll just wait till later and catch it on YouTube. Innit? Really? So that's what I'd do. I'd try and go for a lower price range and try and actually get a fair few buyers in.
Face it. It's that simple. And I ain't joking. Right? I'm not going in there to tickle him. I'm not going in there to dance with him.
Oh, do it. Do it, bro, and insta me.
I'm going in there to earn my 50 grand as quick as possible. And what I mean by that is he either knocks me the fuck out or I knock him the fuck out. And that is how it's going. There is no tittle tattle.
That is when Danny is going to go full Viking berserker mode and just absolutely take HS Tiki Toki all the way to Valhalla.
There is no dancing around. There is no blah blah fucking blah. There is none of that bullshit. I'm going in there to have a scrap. Do you know what I mean? That's basically what it is. It's a boxing match, but I'm going to make sure that descends into a fucking scrap. And we are going to scrap it out, mate. Do you know what I mean? It's that simple. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be a fucking scrap. Do you know what I mean? Now, if HS wants to pay me for that scrap, and he wants the world to see that scrap, and he wants to get bare money off pay-per-view.
Wants to get bare money off pay-per-view, fam.
Then he's going to have to bow to my demands. And my demands is, I want the money in my bank a week before the fight. If the money is not in my bank a week before the fight does not happen. And
that's what I mean. I think saying the money's got to be in your personal account before the fight happens is probably a way of you pricing yourself out of the fight. Like I say, the whole escrow situation, that's perfect because both parties then will know they can't be ripped off. If for whatever reason HS Tiki Toki puts the money into an escrow account and Danny G doesn't fight, pulls out, for whatever reason, that solicitor will have to give him his money back. If the money's in the escrow and Danny G does turn up and fight and fulfills the contract, then the solicitor will have to send the money to Danny G. Do you know what I'm saying? So that is the perfect way to solve this whole situation.
It is that simple. There is no ifs or buts or maybes. Because out of all the social media people in the fucking world, you all know I am honest. If he
Kudos probably on the money there.
puts that 50 grand in my bank a week before the fight, you know, a week later, I'm going to get in the ring and we're going to have a scrap. Because that's who I am. I am honest. Very honest.
So that's Danny G being very honest and telling us all what he's going to do to HS Tiki Toki. You guys let me know, is this fight going to happen or not in the comments. So guys, let's